Hey, Shrike here. So the 6-month anniversary of Sword of Convallaria is here. Has it really been that long? I started my channel alongside the SOC launch, so that means that its anniversary will coincide with my own. And I'm at roughly 600 subs now, so average about 100 subs a month is decent. I know some people get thousands with their first video, but I also know some struggle for years, so I'll appreciate what I've got, and I'll appreciate what Sword of Convallaria has to offer us as well. Let's take a look at that. First off is the new redeem code, right here, for 300 Luxite. Not bad. They do seem to be getting a bit more generous. And sign in for 14 days to receive a new skin for Mytha. Very generous. I've never used the girl, but I'll take it. New exclusive gear summons will be arriving, with a guaranteed to be the featured piece at 50 summons. But that's whale territory, unless it takes an entirely different currency. Something that might help with that is the summon reimbursement event. Spend X gems, gain Y back. We've seen similar in other games, it's always nice to see. Glimmer in the Mist seems like your typical puzzle solving type event. Hopefully the rewards are worth the effort. Some of those take far too long to clear. Then it's some kind of competition between Sophia and Rowea, where we win different rewards depending on who wins. We all know who's going to win that one. And Crimson Memorabilia. There it is. Log in to get a free 10 pull. Now, how hard was that, XD? We knew you could do it. It's a beautiful thing. And the Tower of Adversity. There were rumors Global wouldn't be receiving it, but I guess we are. They seemed to have delayed it to do some tweaks, so it may be quite different than what we've seen from their end. I'm no whale, and this has been the pay-to-win area, but I'm still excited. I've got a number of meta units, so I shouldn't do too poorly. My Coco and Akambe are both 5 stars. Momo is almost there, and I'm cranking away at Tyre and Rowea Alter's stars now. Been trying to get Guzman to 5 stars, but meta units keep coming out and I have to keep benching him. And it looks like Sophia forgot to get dressed today. Are skins moving forward just going to be underwear? Many games move toward the Gooner side, but I didn't expect this to be one of them. With how poorly Hasna's banner did, you'd think they'd realize that that's not their audience. Make-A-Wish seems like a daily RNG type thing. Hopefully the chance to get the skin is free to play and not behind a paywall, though. Not because I want to see Sophia in her underwear. I'm thinking of all of you free-to-play players, for your sake. Here's a roadmap with dates, but it seems like some things are missing, like the Tower of Adversity, and some things here I don't recognize, but it's still good to have. Love it when the devs give out a roadmap, gives players something to look forward to, and gives the CC something to cover. And second to last, it seems like a community contest. I'm not going to say they stole the idea directly from Duet Night Abyss, but DNA did just unveil their version of this about a week ago, and this screen here looks suspiciously familiar. Either way, great idea, farms engagement, players feel like they're part of the game, and the rewards seem incredibly generous, including physical prizes. But most importantly, the countdown has begun. We now know the next 5 units coming out, in addition to the exact dates of their release. So therefore, we know exactly how long we have to save for Kavare. As we can see here, we'll be getting him on March 28th, but we've got to get through Tristan, Layla, Pamina, and Sophia Alter before we get there. This brings up a few things though. First off, the next character, Tristan. We need to determine how much of a must-pull she's going to be. She's essentially going to be a Guzman upgrade. She's even a destroyer. Then we need to determine how important the rest will be, given that we need to guarantee our Kavare. So Tristan, I've already done a video on her kit, and I'll link that in the description if you want a closer look at it. But basically, she's going to be our main bruiser. She's got lots of utility in her kit, self-buffs, lots of mobility, and the ability to counterattack a counterattack, which is unique to her alone. Not only all that, but her aesthetic is just awesome. I really like her, and I think she's going to be very strong. But her must-pullness will be determined by how good Layla and Pamina are. Without going too deeply into their kits, Layla is a defender that has a ton of defensive buffs for the team. She's also the only character that can give allies piercing immunity, which will protect against dot damage since that's technically piercing. She seems really focused on magic defense, so if you're lacking that, maybe you pull for her, but otherwise I think she's a skip. Okay, looking good for Tristan so far. Let's look at Pamina. Breaker, polearm user. She kinda seems like a mix between Leonide and Rowea Alter. Very counter-tacky, can even taunt. Seems fine, but I don't know that we need her. Plus, Tristan will have come before her, and she's a counter-attack counter, so Pamina already has an answer as soon as she comes out. Not looking good. Until I dive deeper into her kit when she gets closer, I'm gonna call her a skip, though for all I know she has one completely broken ability. But anyone that's familiar with confirmation bias will understand that I don't want to discover that these characters are good, because I want to get Tristan and Kavare. So now that I've confirmed my own bias, I suggest blowing everything on Tristan, then skipping the next 3 to save, then blowing everything on Kavare. Sophia Alter, you ask? I'm not even going to bother looking at her kit. From what I heard, she just makes your allies attack off turn. Which seems good until you realize your team consists of healers and tanks, so whoop-de-doo Inanna and Coco get to basic attack when it's not their turn. This kind of gimmick will only be good if you have a team full of DPS, which is not a thing. And like I said, I'm terrified that if I look at her, I'll discover that she's good. So like a cartoon character that's just walked off a cliff, I just won't look down. But let me go over my initial thoughts here. I've seen a few 6-month anniversaries and gachas, and they've all got similar themes going on. They try to add a really spicy gameplay thing to get the players salivating. This would be the Tower of Adversity. They throw a bunch of pulls at us, add in an aesthetic reward like skins, and they often give the players a standard selector, a choice of any character from the standard pool of characters that were available when the game released. Now, yes, many games save this reward for their 1-year anniversary, but not all, so I was hoping for it here at the 6-month mark. Alas, I see no mention of it. I haven't read the recent dev notes, so maybe something's mentioned in there. Regardless, I think they're moving in a good direction. They're showing more of a willingness to part with summons and Luxite. They certainly could have offered more, but I'm willing to be a lot more understanding and lenient with them, and I'll tell you why. Because I've just finished playing the beta of their upcoming breakout game, Etheria Restart, and seeing how much polish that game has already, I can see where most of their attention and likely funds have gone. So it's a great sign that the updates for this game are still so frequent and robust, when they're burning the midnight oil at both ends. So I'm happy with the rewards, the new game modes, events, both temporary and permanent, and the skins, some of which are just plain underwear. Okay, I'm gonna fly now. See you in the next one. Bye.